Come here, Aiden, Mr. Raymond barked, slamming the files onto my desk. His office smelled like leather and arrogance. Yes, sir, I said, keeping my voice steady. Do you know why you're lucky to work here? He sneered, leaning back in his chair. Because I, and only I, can decide your fate. I forced a polite nod. He smirked. Lucky, yes, very lucky. You're poor, struggling. Yet you've been chosen. I tilted my head. Chosen, sir. Indeed, he said, standing and walking toward me. I've decided. You will marry my daughter. I froze. The words hung in the air like poison. The office outside the glass walls erupted with laughter. Did I hear that correctly? Victor called from the corner, snickering. Our little Aiden is getting the boss's princess. I managed nothing. My heart pounded. Everyone was staring, whispering. She's beautiful, Mr. Raymond continued, and she deserves someone strong. You are pathetic enough to look grateful, I suppose. Daniel nudged me under the table. His eyes said, stay calm. Play along. I forced a smile. Thank you, sir. I am honored. The laughter intensified. Sophia's image flashed in my mind. Spoiled, proud, untouchable. The thought of her walking toward me with her high nose and disdain made something inside me twitch. Amused and wary. Honored? Mr. Raymond barked. Yes, you should be. Only fools like you would dare say otherwise. I nodded again, lowering my gaze. Victor muttered. I can't believe this clown gets her. I whispered under my breath. Not my problem. Mr. Raymond slapped the desk. Enough. You will marry my daughter. Do not make me regret my generosity. Yes, sir, I said, my voice calm. Inside, I was thinking about freedom, about observing the chaos this would create. Everyone saw humiliation. I saw opportunity. Evelyn peeked from behind her cubicle, eyes wide. Daniel's hand pressed mine briefly, grounding me. The rest of the day passed with whispers, mockery, and the endless sharp glare of Mr. Raymond. But I held my secret smile. I knew the game had just begun. The day arrived. The hall glittered with chandeliers and fake smiles. Where is she? I muttered under my breath as the doors opened. She's gone, Daniel said softly. Ran away this morning, I blinked. Relief? Surprise? Maybe both. Gone? Mr. Raymond roared. How dare she humiliate me? The guests whispered. Poor Aiden. Left at the altar, I stood there, fake tears on my cheeks, bowing my head. Inside, I was smiling. Why are you smiling? Daniel asked quietly. I'm not, I lied. I'm ashamed, Victor laughed cruelly. Look at him, crying for the princess. I kept my face neutral. It's a tragedy, I said aloud. Absolutely a tragedy. Mr. Raymond stormed past me, his face red. Get out of my sight! I bowed once more. Of course, sir. Alone now, I whispered. You fled, Sophia. Good. Let them think they've won. Let them believe they've humiliated me. But the truth is far sweeter. Daniel placed a hand on my shoulder. You're not broken. No, I said, I've just realized something they don't see. The chains they think they've tied around me are mine to unbind. The guests continued to murmur. But I felt free, not because she ran, but because I never wanted her. The office was unbearable the next day. Victor cornered me first. Hey, Aiden, still crying over the runaway bride. He sneered. I'm fine, I said calmly, pretending to adjust my tie. He laughed. Sure. Everyone saw the tears. Embarrassing, isn't it? Daniel stepped in. Leave him alone, Victor smirked. Your friend, pathetic. You're all pathetic. I clenched my fists under the desk. Maybe. But sometimes humiliation is just disguise. Evelyn passed by, whispering, Stay strong, Aiden. Don't let them see you falter. I nodded, grateful for her quiet support. Later, Mr. Raymond summoned me. You think this is over? He growled. I will make you regret every second. I'm sure you will try, sir, I said, calm, steady. Inside, I was reminding myself to breathe. Nights were long and sleepless. The mocking laughter, the whispers, they all echoed. But I had a plan. Why are you smiling? Daniel asked one evening when we stayed late. Because they believe they've crushed me, I whispered. They've handed me the mask of shame, and masks are powerful. Evelyn placed a notebook on my desk. Aiden, remember, strength is patience, I smiled faintly. Thank you, Evelyn. I will not forget. Rumors started flying like wildfire. She ran with someone else, Victor whispered in the break room. What do you mean? I asked, pretending curiosity. Some secret lover, I heard, he said, smirking. I froze, then leaned in. Who? He shrugged. Don't know. But her father is furious. I nodded slowly. Pieces were falling into place. Sophia didn't flee from me. She fled because she had a lover, a real betrayal, independent of me. Later, Mr. Raymond called a meeting. "This is your fault, Aiden," he shouted. "You weakling!" "My daughter runs away and I did what I could, sir," I said calmly. "You coward! You let her humiliate me." I met his gaze evenly. "Sir, perhaps some things were never in my control." Victor snickered behind me. "Finally seeing the truth, huh?" I turned slightly. Yes, finally. Overhearing him earlier had changed everything. I wasn't the rejected one. I wasn't the weak one. I was the observer, the player no one understood yet. Daniel caught my eye. "You've got this. Don't let them see what you know." "I won't," I whispered. "I'll wait, and when the time comes, the truth will speak louder than all their insults." The office buzzed with chaos. Mr. Raymond raged. Victor gossiped. Colleagues whispered. But I sat quietly, hiding a smile no one would see. The office felt different that morning. Rumors of Mr. Raymond's business losing clients swirled like storm clouds. He stormed into my cubicle. "Aiden, I said I'd make you regret everything, didn't I?" "I'm listening, sir," I said calmly, pretending to shuffle papers. "You've ruined me, my empire, my family." I nodded. "I see, sir. That must be difficult." Victor leaned in, whispering. "Looks like the little guy finally won a scratch." I didn't react. Inside, I was watching, observing how pride collapses under pressure is enlightening. Daniel appeared beside me. "Breathe, Aiden. Don't let him push you." "I won't," I said. Later, Mr. Raymond shouted in the hallway, berating anyone who crossed him. Every word he spat, every glare he gave fed my calm. I realized his downfall had already begun, and my so-called shame was my armor. Evelyn approached quietly. "You're stronger than them all, Aiden. Don't forget that." "I haven't forgotten," I whispered. "Not for a second," Victor scoffed. "You think you're clever, hiding behind calm." "Sometimes," I said softly, "the quietest man has the loudest plans." I walked past him, head held high, hiding a smile. The throne was cracking, and I had a front row seat. I heard whispers first. Sophia's lover had betrayed her. The man she ran to abandoned her for money. Daniel frowned. "This is going to get messy." "Good," I muttered. "Let her see what she escaped from truly." She appeared one evening, trembling at the office entrance. "Aiden," she whispered, voice broken. I looked at her, unreadable. "Sophia," her eyes pleaded. I made a mistake. Save it," I said. "Words aren't worth much anymore." Mr. Raymond stormed behind her. "How dare you show your face?" "You'll forgive me, right?" she begged. I turned away. "Not my concern, Sophia. The choices you made, they're yours to live with." Evelyn approached, whispering, "Aiden, you don't need to react. Let karma do its work." Daniel nodded. "She chose her path. You've chosen yours." Sophia looked at me with guilt. Her humiliation was complete, and yet she wanted forgiveness. I simply walked past her in silence. The office watched in stunned quiet. My mask of shame had become a shield, but now I felt the first glimmer of satisfaction. A week later, Lawyer Henry appeared with a folder thick with papers. "Mr. Khan," he said, handing it over. "This might interest you." I scanned it quickly. My heart skipped. A secret contract Mr. Raymond had signed during the wedding preparations linked my name to several assets. Since Sophia ran, the contract backfired, giving me leverage over his empire. I looked at Mr. Raymond. "You did this?" I asked quietly. He shook with rage. "No, impossible." Victor's jaw dropped. "How? What?" I smiled faintly. "Seems your generosity has returned. To me." Mr. Raymond lunged, yelling, "You'll regret this. I am the king here." "I don't think so," I said, calm, every word slicing through his pride. Daniel whispered, "You've got him." Evelyn watched silently, approving the rise of justice. I didn't shout, didn't strike. I simply reminded Mr. Raymond, "The empire you built on my suffering is mine to control now." The room went silent. Even Victor couldn't find words. I leaned back. The power shift was complete, and for the first time I felt fully untouchable. They thought I would cry in shame. Sophia begged, tears falling. "Aiden, please forgive me." Mr. Raymond trembled. "Aiden, please." I looked at them both. Words didn't matter. Actions spoke louder. I paused, letting the silence stretch. "I am not here for revenge." Their faces twisted in confusion. "I walk away," I said calmly. "I take control of my life. That's all the victory I need." Daniel nodded beside me. "Well said, Aiden." Evelyn smiled softly. You've earned this. Victor muttered something about luck, but I ignored him. I took a deep breath, stepping out of the chaos. The humiliation they thought they planted. Fake. The shame they imagined never existed. They thought I cried in shame, but I was hiding a smile, and this smile was real. I was in my office when she appeared. Aiden. Sophia's voice cracked. I looked up. Her hair was messy, eyes red, shoulders slumped. She looked small, almost fragile. I made a mistake, she whispered. I leaned back, folding my arms. Yes, you did. She knelt, hands trembling. Please, forgive me. I understand now. Everything I did. My colleagues peeked around corners, whispers filling the room. Why should I asked quietly. Because I was wrong. I treated you badly. I ran away. I hurt everyone, she sobbed. Daniel stepped beside me. Aiden, remember, forgiveness is your choice. I let silence stretch. Inside, a storm raged. Humiliation, anger, pity, satisfaction. Forgiveness isn't a word, I finally said. It's a journey, and you're at the starting line. She stared, stunned. I understand. Mr. Raymond fumed silently, realizing control was slipping. Victor muttered something about luck. I ignored them all. The room was heavy, charged with tension. I had power now, not through anger, not through revenge, but through calm, unbroken strength. I walked past her. Daniel caught my eye. Well done. I smiled faintly, hiding more than just a thought. This was the moment karma had begun its true work. Mr. Raymond's empire was crumbling fast. Aiden, he barked when he saw me. My clients. They're leaving. How can this happen? Perhaps, I said calmly. It's a lesson in humility, sir. He glared. I built this empire. I did everything. And you underestimated me, I said softly. Daniel appeared beside me. Remember, Aiden, mercy can be a weapon. Evelyn nodded. Sometimes letting someone live with their mistakes is sharper than revenge. I studied Mr. Raymond's face. Hatred, fear, regret, all mixed together. For the first time, I saw him as a man broken by his own pride. I should help him? I asked Daniel quietly. You decide, he said. But don't lose yourself, I sighed. I won't, but I'll make sure he understands his choices. Victor muttered, I can't believe he's just letting him. I didn't answer. The lesson was clear. The empire may fall, but dignity remains. I had chosen mine. Sophia approached me one afternoon. Her eyes were wet. Aiden, I need to confess, she said. I didn't move. Go ahead, my lover. He betrayed me, stole from my father. Left me alone. I was wrong to flee. I looked down on you, she admitted. I let the silence stretch, letting every word sink. My silence cut deeper than any insult could. Daniel whispered, Your choice, Aiden. Chains or freedom. I clenched my fists under the desk. Do I tie myself back to this family of betrayal? Or do I finally break free? Evelyn placed a hand on my shoulder. You've already won, Aiden. Don't trap yourself again. I looked at Sophia. You've learned your lesson the hard way, but I won't repeat the mistake of binding myself to pain. She bowed her head. I understand. Victor rolled his eyes, muttering insults. I ignored him. The choice was mine alone, and this time I would not falter. I walked away from the Raymonds, leaving behind the chaos, the betrayal, the power struggles. Sophia watched from a distance, rebuilding her life. Mr. Raymond faded, irrelevant. A shadow of pride lost. Daniel and Evelyn walked beside me. It feels good, doesn't it? Daniel asked. It does, I admitted. Not revenge, not triumph over them, but peace, strength, control over my own life. Victor muttered something bitter. I didn't hear him. I smiled. The smile no one expected. The smile no one would ever understand. They thought I cried in shame at my broken wedding. But the truth, I was hiding a smile, and now the smile was real. The sun rose on a new day. I had survived. I had outlasted. And I had risen, not through vengeance, but through wisdom, patience, and dignity. For the first time, I felt truly free. I never expected him to return. Sophia's lover, the man who betrayed her and nearly destroyed my life. I see him across the room, arrogant as ever, pretending nothing happened. My chest tightens. I step forward. You again? I ask, my voice calm but my eyes cold. He smirks. Aiden, still pretending you're the same man I underestimated. I take a slow breath. I've changed, and so is your luck. Daniel whispers beside me. Don't let him provoke you. I glance at Sophia. She flinches at his presence, guilty eyes meeting mine. But I don't speak. My silence is sharper than any blade. I corner him subtly in the hall, every word measured. He stammers when I mention the consequences of his betrayal. My colleagues watch, shocked at the calm control I radiate. By the end, he leaves humiliated, knowing the tables have turned. I turn back to Sophia, my expression unreadable. Learn from him. Never trust recklessness over loyalty again. The next weeks are a blur of strategy and reflection. I focus on myself, my goals, and the empire subtly now under my influence. Evelyn and Daniel are my pillars. They remind me what I truly deserve. Sophia tries to speak, to explain, but I hold my patience. Actions speak louder than excuses, I tell her. One evening, I walk through the now quieter office. Papers are in order, contracts secured. I glance at the view from the top floor, the city lights sparkling like my quiet triumph. Daniel grins. Who would have thought the quiet one would end up here? I smirk. They all thought I cried in shame. They were wrong. Evelyn laughs softly. And now you're building something no one can take away. For the first time, I feel peace, not through revenge, but through reclaiming my life. Every betrayal, every humiliation led me here, stronger and wiser. It's a quiet morning. I stand by the balcony, the sun casting a golden hue across the city. Evelyn and Daniel arrive beside me. Feels different, doesn't it? Evelyn says, smiling. I nod, looking out, breathing in the moment. Sophia passes by, glancing briefly at me, regret etched across her face. I don't look back. I've no need. My victory isn't hers to witness. Daniel chuckles. The empire, the power, but the calm is the real prize, huh? I turn to them, finally smiling fully, genuinely. Not the hidden, secretive smile I once had, but the one earned with patience, wisdom, and endurance. They thought I cried in shame at the altar. They thought humiliation broke me. But this time, my smile is mine, unshakable, real, and as the city basks in morning light, I realize my story is finally mine.